Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
We're gonna come and find you. We're gonna be where you're doing your activity. We're gonna be where you live, and we're gonna be in your face, because that's the only way we can stomp this out.
Gangs in Fargo-Moorhead are a major concern for local law enforcement, who say the groups are invading the community. We have some new developments tonight. Thanks for joining us. Andrea has the night off. Now, shootings, fights, sex trafficking, robberies, and drugs driven by local gangs are the biggest problems police say they're trying to stop. Fargo, Moorhead, Cass, and Clay County law enforcement are assembling a task force to find and stop gang members. Over the past couple of years, police have noticed violent crimes they say are stemming from gangs like the Lick Squad, Fast Money Boys, Squad 400, and the motorcycle gangs, Hells Angels. Investigators say the founders of these groups are coming from bigger cities like Detroit and Chicago. Multiple officers are being assigned to the street crime unit, but police say they want your help.
If you see somebody carrying a weapon, if you see what you think is street corner drug dealing, if you see what appears to be a fight brewing or an assault about to happen, if you see activity, an unusual amount of activity going in and out of a certain residence that concerns you, those are the things that we want to know about.
The Countryside Trailer Park in Fargo is one spot where police say gang members live and hang out, but they stress it's a statewide issue and the community needs to be more aware of this as a whole. Some new information now on an exclusive story we first told you about last night. North Dakota's Attorney General now says a flaw has been fixed in a notification system designed to let domestic violence victims know when their attacker gets out of jail. Now, we were notified of this problem by a woman who called our whistleblower hotline who had been attacked after her ex had gotten out of jail. Now, Stenjum told Valley News Live today the IT problem affected some 300 people in Cass County since September 1st. More new information, this time on the University of North Dakota student who was found unresponsive Saturday morning. The student lived for several hours after being rushed to Altru Hospital. According to Sergeant Danny Weigel, there's no obvious cause of death. He says after talking with the medical examiner, it appears they won't actually know what happened to the man after they get toxicology reports back regarding possibly some drug or alcohol use. It could take up to 2 weeks to get that report. Well, it's sunny and beautiful out there today, and although it's kind of chilly, things are going to start turning around. Let's get the very latest with Robert Hahn. Robert?
Actually, it's pretty mild in most locations with temperatures in the 50s and even some 60s, 61 degrees at this hour here in Fargo, also 61 up in the Grand Forks area, 59 not too far behind over in Jamestown, 57 Devils Lake, Thief River Falls, and in Fergus Falls. As we take a look at the radar, we do have a few showers up in northern portions of the valley, and those will continue to slide off towards the southeast later on tonight, very early tomorrow morning. Could see a little bit of snow over parts of the valley. We'll have more on that here in just a little bit. Here in Fargo, we're going to see some increasing clouds as we head through the evening. Temperatures slowly dropping on and off. It'll continue to be a bit breezy out there with temperatures falling to right around 50 degrees by the 9 o'clock hour. Could see a sprinkle or two here in Fargo as we head through the evening, but better chances for the rain showers will stay up north. Tomorrow, a decent day after that very early morning chance for a snow shower and some warm weather and maybe even some stormy weather as we head through the next 7 days. And we'll detail that in a few minutes.
But it's nice as it's just getting warmer and warmer.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, hey, come on now. All right, thanks, Robert. Well, a 20-year-old driver from Valley City got a minor and a DUI after a crash this morning. Officers responded to the 400 block of West Main Street for a report of a vehicle on fire. Investigators discovered that the vehicle hit a pole and the crash caused the car's engine to start on fire. Responding officers put out the fire and the driver, Dakota Zahn, was taken to Mercy Hospital for his injuries. Criminals in Minneapolis are now being listed on a new interactive map showing their picture, their rap sheet, and their home. But these bad boys are of the four-legged kind. They're dangerous pets. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric pawed around town to see if something like this could be coming to Fargo.
I think it's just a very protective dog, and I was running by the house and it happened to be off the leash and came out. I just stopped, put my hands up, knew the dog's name, so I was calling its name, and then it just kind of latched onto my calf.
Fitzke manages the Fargo Running Company and knows firsthand how it feels to have Fido come charging at you. He says runners could probably benefit from having a map.
I think it could be valuable. Probably not on the level of the cities just because they're bigger.
It's true there's a direct correlation. Minneapolis has almost 15 times as many people as Fargo.
Currently, I believe we have 4 throughout the city that are on the potentially dangerous list. I don't believe we have anybody on the actual dangerous list where they have killed a domestic animal or had a severe bite.
Waller works with animal control in Fargo. She's responded to hundreds of calls over the dozen years she's been on the force, 3 just today. Waller says it's rare to come across a truly vicious, dangerous animal.
It's not fair for us to prejudge these animals if there was extenuating circumstances for why they've been listed on the dangerous list.
Clyde understands the reasoning behind the interactive map, but says the bad outweighs the good.
Nails and weird things and hot dogs and throwing them over the fence to intentionally cause harm to animals. So what are they going to do to these animals who are so-called dangerous animals and think that they're somehow helping the community by getting rid of these animals?
In Fargo, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Moorhead does not keep a list of dangerous animals either. To view the city ordinances for both Fargo and Moorhead, head to valleynewslive.com and then click on this story. Well, a big moment for supporters of a bill that would give women better information that could lead to detecting breast cancer earlier. Today, the governor signed the bill requiring doctors to inform women if they have dense breast tissue. Supporters say breast cancer is less detectable in this type of tissue, and it's important that people know if they have it. The information would be included in a letter that already goes out to patients after they have a mammogram. Well, a big night for UND hockey and all the fans tonight. The long-awaited game is just a few hours away. UND is taking on Boston University in the Frozen Four semifinal. The puck is set to drop at 7:30. The team is looking to claim its 8th national title, first for head coach Dave Haxtell. And Valley News Team's sports director Beth Houle is out east with the team. She's going to have live reports and complete coverage for you and this weekend. Well, there has been a new twist on our long-running series of whistleblower stories regarding Sally Mumm. She's a former Thief River Falls adult caregiver who lost her license and is being investigated for possible criminal charges. Now, many folks on social media are accusing Thief River prosecutor Al Regala of sweeping the case under the rug because he's friends with Mumm. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has all the latest developments in this case.
In January and February, Thief River prosecutor Al Regala was getting hammered on Facebook by folks who said he wasn't doing anything with the Sally Mumm case because he was her friend. The state had pulled Mumm's license to care for vulnerable adults at her home, and an investigation was started to look into the possible mismanagement of her client's money. So in February, in an effort to squelch claims that he wasn't doing anything with the case, Regala turned it over to his assistant to investigate possible criminal charges.
We're continuing to investigation, and in the near future, month and a half, 2 months, we should have some answers for you.
Now, in an effort to quiet any claims his office isn't doing enough with it, he's turned the entire case over to a prosecutor in a different county.
Approximately 1 month ago, we forwarded the whole matter over to the Clearwater County Attorney for that independent evaluation. He will make a decision on charging or not charging after he reviews the documents.
Clearwater Attorney Richard Mullen over in Bagley, who now has the case, has declined to discuss it. But at this point, no charges have been filed against Sally Mumm. Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Meanwhile, a group that had been critical of Regala was organizing a petition to try and get him disbarred. However, a spokesperson for the Minnesota Lawyers Responsibility Board says they never received that petition. If you ever need help covering fraud or corruption in your community, call us. Our whistleblower hotline is available 24/7. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will then get on the case and go to work exposing the truth. Many are anxious to dig into the ground, but garden experts say it's not quite time to plant, it's time to plan. NDSU horticulturalists say the end of April and beginning of May is a perfect time to plant flowers like pansies because they don't do well in midsummer. They also say the time to try those it's time to try growing grass to lay down seed. Veggies like lettuce, radish, and kale grow the best at the end of April or in fall because they're cool season vegetables. We have more gardening and lawn tips on our website. Head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Still ahead for us tonight, a look at just how many teens are logging on and surfing online every day.
A very active severe weather day for the Mississippi and Ohio valleys. For us, we've got a few showers of rain around. Could see a few showers of snow during the overnight hours, but warm weather right around the corner. While the details coming up right after this.